So let's start with the advantages of cloud computing, and these advantages will not take that much time. After advantages, we will start the AWS, and once we will enter in AWS, you will start, learning the things for what purpose you came. And even though these advantages will help you a lot, because in the initial in the initial phase of your training, the first week where we were learning about the basic fundamental part, there we have discussed a lot of benefits and advantage disadvantage also. Why? Because if you can remember, I have given you 3 4 points which will make you clear to understand what is the advantage, what is disadvantage, why should I use the cloud in other stuff. So how many of you have attended the basic? My screen is visible to everybody? My screen is all right. So, if you can remember, in the initial 4 days of your session, you have gone through the basic part, and I have told you whenever we are talking about cloud, so how should we use cloud, how and why. Along with that, I have told you some company who are already transformed into cloud, that we have used few documents for each. We have used some architecture for it, if you can remember. Why should we why should we use cloud? For that, I have told you, you have to use a well architectured framework. I have shared the document also. And then how should we use cloud? For that, I have said cloud adoption framework. And when you came to know, like, some company has already migrated or transformed to the cloud, that time we have used a document called CVB, cloud value benchmarking. If you can remember all these three documents, you can easily find out why should we use cloud, and that is nothing but advantages of cloud computing. The each pillar of well architectured framework was your advantage of cloud computing. Each pillar of well architectured framework was the advantages of cloud computing. And apart from it, some of you have joined the training from last 2 days, so for you all, I'll just repeat this advantage part once again. So what type of advantages we are getting once you will use the cloud, once you use the cloud computing, guys? So what all are the advantages you are going to get, and what will be the disadvantage? We will be discussing both. And the timestamp for it will be maximum 15 minutes we will give to this topic, so that we will be moving up to the cloud, AWS specifically. So the what will be the agenda of this particular topic? The agenda is to identify the advantage of cloud computing, and what is the difference between fixed expense and variable expense, and what is the concept of economy of scale. At the end of it, you will be discussing about the benefits and advantages which is moving towards the cloud, and we will be talking about these three terms also: what is fixed expense, what is variable, and what is economy of scale. So, some of questions will be coming in your mind. How does cloud computing benefit you? So the answer is very simple. Let's say if you are if you are having a company, this company, you need to set up a data center for your company. So you have to purchase land, building, and then you have to purchase computer infrastructure. You have to hire employee for maintenance, and after that you can start using, the cloud resources here. But not cloud, you can say it is your on premises resource which you are going to use here into your local data center. Whereas in cloud, this is already made. We can call it is pre-made in the cloud. It is pre-made in the cloud. So only what we have to do is a user needs to create one account and user can start using it. That is the benefit we are getting nowadays. And if you do have a business, it will be helping you only to, and pay use and pay. It's all about you are going to rent. and you can go globally in few minutes. You can host your application based on your the client requirement. And what are so many company why so many companies are interested to move their resources on the cloud? So this answer you will be easily getting into the cloud adoption framework and well architectured framework. This framework you will be getting almost all the answers there. So when we come guys, when we come to understand what is fixed expenses and what is variable expense. So whenever you are doing the investment on data center, on data center, so how exactly it will work? Initially, if you are setting up the local data center, one big amount, one fixed expense you have to do. Plus, if you need to do maintain, or if you need to maintain if you need to provide maintenance to that data center, additional variable expense also it will be here. So totally you can call in on premises, or in local data center, we do have variable plus fixed expense, or you can say only variable, because this fix will also come into variable. But here in the cloud, how much you are using, that much you are paying. It means that you are using a fixed amount here. Fixed amount means if you purchase a virtual machine even, or if you are going to keep 2 GB data in the cloud, so it will be giving you $0.8 per month or something like that, a fixed amount it will ask. If you are giving 20 GB data, if you are uploading into the cloud for your own purpose, so it will take let's say $0.2 per month, like that it will take a fixed expense. And the advantage is so simple to understand. And you can see here, the fixed expense means funds that a company uses to acquire, upgrade, and maintenance physical assets such as property, building, and equipment. That is your fixed expense. And variable expense is an expenses that the person who bear the cost can alter or avoid. Variable expense you can avoid. You can avoid this expense, but this expense you have to pay. You have to pay, because for acquiring the land, for upgrading, for maintaining the physical server assets and all, you have to keep the fixed amount. So you have to give this amount, plus you can add it, but sometime if you need to maintain or if you need to upgrade something, again you need to add the cost. So this both will be into the local, in local data center. If you are setting up, both expenses will be into the local data center. But in the cloud it will be less as compared to it. That's why we used to call. Remember one thing, in cloud you will be having only fixed expense, and in local you do have fixed plus variable expense, both you do have there. And this fix is something, purchasing land, purchasing building, purchasing hardware equipment, maintaining it, everything will come into this. But here it is a fixed amount as a rent. That's why we used to say cloud is good as compared to local data center with respect to the pricing. The next topic under the same is massive economy of scale. See, the scale is same. If you are a lot of customers are using AWS, then AWS can achieve higher economy of scale in the passing saving to the customer. This is nothing but economy of scale. It means that today, let's say AWS is having 10 million customer, right? 10 million customer, and they are generating, $10 billion, $10 billion. Now, once they will reach to 20 million customer, at the same time their profit, let's say it is reaching $15 billion, that time they will give the discount to customer. So it will work as a life cycle. If they are getting more benefit, they will be releasing the same benefits to the customer. And When it comes to your local data center, guys, local data center and cloud data center. So how these two work basically? Let's say you do have a workload. Workload means you do have some work related to IT which you want to perform, or you want to set up a complete your infrastructure on cloud here and here on local data center. So what all are the differences you will be facing? So let's suppose you brought your workload, and after that here you will start guessing for this workload how much capacity you have to provide. You have to guess here because it's a local data center, and here in cloud here unlimited resources is there. So first you deploy and then check whether your resources is working proper or not. So you will be able to get the same resource. You will be able to get the same resource as per your workload. So here you will start guessing the capacity, but in cloud we are not guessing the capacity. Here sometime you will be having overestimated server capacity, sometime underestimated server capacity. The meaning of overestimated underestimated is, let's say you are using you are using 10% only, but you have purchased a server, kind of big server, and you are using 10% of it only. Or else you have purchased a server, now you are using if you are using 10%, that will be coming as overestimated server capacity. This server capacity will become over because you are using only 10%. Whereas here you have purchased a server, but here your server utilization is reaching somewhat more than 100% plus, or above 95, you can say above 95% it is reaching. It means that it is underestimated server capacity. But these leads this one leads failure, guys. This one leads failure. Why? Because if utilization will reach more than 100 or very close to 100, even your server will get fail. So you need to add additional server, you have to purchase one additional server and you have to add it. But in cloud it is not like that. You can scale as per your demand, right? So these all are the advantages that you do have. So in cloud we are not guessing the capacity. What is your requirement, you can get. And third point here is increase speed and agility. When we talk about speed, guys, speed. So AWS will be having a network partner. Speed is all about speed is completely depending on the network provider, network provider. So in India, let's suppose Airtel is there, Hathway is there, Act is there, Jio is there. So many company they are here who provide the network capacity to customer. So AWS, first of all, they will become the partner of this company. Once they will become the partner, so how much fast speed you need, they will provide you. So whenever you will be using AWS resources there, you will be getting low latency almost all the time. Why? Because it will provide you the fast speed and agility also, right? And easily you can launch your resources within 1 minute, 2 minutes, or multiple resources at a time you can launch. You can provision your resource in minutes, not in week. And when we talk about innovation, so if any new technology will come, it is very easy for cloud to take that technology and deliver it to the customer. And then we do have increased experimentation. So how much you will be using cloud, that much experiences you will be getting, and you will be able to make your resources far better. And as you can say, the 4 point, it is telling no more expenses for running and maintaining data center. Here you are giving a good investment, but in the cloud you are not paying a single rupees. You will be paying only the rent. No more expenses for data center. focus on customer, focus on project and business. You deliberately they will be focusing on are going to access. Now, if you will open this document, if you open this document I have opened here in my uh, another browser to annotate it, right? So it will open like this. What is AWS under the cloud foundation? My screen is visible to everybody. So let's try to learn the things from here. See how. No, 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 no need to close. Let it be there. We will discuss, we will learn, and we will discuss from here. We will discuss and learn from here, and we will verify from the account, from the lab which we have launched. We will verify from that lab. Here we will discuss and learn. There we will verify. Clear? That's why I have shared my full screen to you all, so that if I'll switch to another page, so that you all will be able to see whether where I'm moving out. So let's start the day with the what is AWS, guys, under the restart training. So what is AWS, guys? AWS is Amazon Web Web Services. Amazon Web Services, or Amazon Web Service, you can say. Amazon Web Service is a cloud cloud service provider. It is cloud service provider. Provider. It is cloud service provider. In short, you can say CSP, cloud service provider. Who is AWS? AWS is the cloud service provider. Now, what is Amazon? You all know Amazon, guys. Amazon is the company. Company. They started the company to sell the books, and after that they started with the retail, and now Amazon is into the cloud and other business also. So Amazon is a company. Now they are working as a cloud service provider, so they are providing the services in the same services, if you can remember: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, through web, by using web. So if I tell you by showing you this screen, console screen, this is the web, this is the web console. That's why we used to call it web. Web or console, you can say. By using this console, by using this web, they are giving the services to the customer. By using this console, they are distributing, or they are giving services to the customer, and that is the name Amazon Web Service. Is it clear, guys? Now, now what we are going to learn, what we are going to learn under the AWS, we'll understand what exactly the web service is, what exactly the web service is, and we will be learning about the main services which AWS offers, what type of services it does offer, and we will examine how we are going to access those services, how many ways are there to access those services. Along with that, we will be moving up to the AWS documentation website, which is nothing, which is biggest source of learning, which is biggest source of learning. The people who are getting 80 lakhs etc, people who are getting 1 crore ctc, people who are getting 50 ctc, people who are getting 22 ctc, people who are getting 12 ctc, people who are getting 5 ctc, means 0 to infinite. How much your salary you do have, it does not matter, but everybody is preferring only the AWS documentation to learn the cloud. If you need to be expert, guys, expert, then you have to again visit this documentation. I'll show you how to access and what all are the things there. So let's start with this agenda now. The first thing which has been given here is web service. Web service means what? By using any website, any by using the website, not any, by using the website you are able to access the services. That is web service. Web service means through the web, through the website they are providing you the services. Through the website they are providing you the services. And what all are the services they are providing? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service they are providing. This we have seen before, right? Now when it comes to when it comes to cloud and non-cloud, on premises is having multiple name, guys. On premises is having multiple name. Please keep in your mind, if we are talking about on premises means it is local, or it is non-cloud, or you can call it on premises. Local infrastructure, on premises infrastructure, non cloud infrastructure means same. And this is cloud. So this is showing you one small comparison between the resources which we are getting into on premises and the same resource which you are getting into the cloud. The meaning is so simple here. If you are getting some resources in the on premises locally, if you are getting something, the same thing you will be getting in the cloud with some additional advantages and feature. Let's see, I'll tell you with one small example. Let's talk about let's talk about the computer system. So in on premises, your computer, your computer, we are considering that computer as a server. In on premises, you can consider it as a server or computer, both are same. Wherever you are seeing server, it is all about computer. Here you are accessing computer locally. Here again you will be accessing instances. Instances are, you can call it virtual machine or you can call it virtual server. Now whatever you are able to do it by using this computer, the same thing you will be able to do it by using this computer. If you connect with internet, that if you connect to internet, you can access anything, you can talk to anybody. Like the same, this virtual machine is also the same. If it will connect with the internet, it can also do the same thing. So here we are calling computer. In cloud we will be calling it as a virtual machine or instances. Like the same, if you see guys, if you made a computer, if you create a computer, right? Let's say this is your computer. Now in this computer you will be adding some drive also. Drive that we used to call attach drive. You will now either attach hard disk or ssd you will attach in your computer. Like the same, in the cloud you will be having your virtual machine, you will be having your virtual machine, and again you can add the drive, here. In the same drive, either hard disk you can add or ssd you can add, but here you have to purchase this hard disk and ssd to add it to your computer, additional. But here again you have to purchase, but this comes under the rent. Here you will be renting that storage. So the storage is so simple. Now here you are calling it as a DAS. In traditionally you are calling it as a DAS. Here in cloud you are calling it as a EBS. That is the same. Here you are directly attaching your storage. DAS means what? DAS means direct attach storage. DAS means direct attach storage. Direct attach storage means your hard disk or SSD which you are connecting with your computer or server locally. So that we used to call direct attach storage. The same thing in the cloud of AWS you will be calling EBS elastic block store. Elastic block store. So inside this, if you create any storage, either it's hard disk or SSD, you can even directly attach to your virtual machine. Are you able to understand, guys? Are you able to understand? Let's see one more time. See, in local, if I'll write something local or on premises, I'm just writing here on the right side, I'm just keeping your AWS cloud, right? So we need to understand the differences in the name. If you are keeping a computer here, computer, so it is local, it is locally, it is on premises. It means that here will be your uh, hardware computer. Here in cloud you will be getting your virtual computer. In this virtual computer is nothing but further you will be calling it as a virtual machine. Why virtual machine? Because the feature of, feature of, I have told you, there will be some different feature and advantages you will get here. In that feature of advantages here will be of virtualization, which you will be getting into the virtual machine. Next, like the same, this you can use locally, this you can use in the cloud. Like the same we do have in locally, we used to call direct attach storage. Direct attach storage. Direct attach storage means either you are talking about SSD or you are talking about hard disk. As you are purchasing a computer, when you are purchasing a laptop, then you are checking whether how much hard disk or SSD it is. You will be checking 1 TB it is or 500 GB SSD you are taking. Like the same in the cloud, if you are creating one virtual machine, so you will be checking whether what kind of direct attach storage you need. So for that attach storage, we are using a service of AWS. That service is elastic block storage. Elastic block storage, it will give you the storage in the block. It will give you storage in the block, like either you need SSD or you need hard disk. You have to use this EBS storage elastic block storage service you have to use. That's why we are calling, infrastructure as a service. Now you are using this service to get this infrastructure. First thing. And second thing, the same resource is available here locally, and here the same resource is available globally or in cloud. This is what I am telling. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Is it clear? See, I'll give you one small glimpse of storage also. You guys are getting little bit confused. When we talk about storage, so generally we do have three types of storage which we are using. One, you will be having block storage. One you will be having object storage. One you will be having block storage, object storage, and file storage. File storage, right? We do have three type of storage. So what if I'm just trying to search color, so let's make it red now. So what if you are creating into on premises? It became again green. Sorry. uh, This is red. Okay. So eh, here I need to change. Okay, let's suppose this is on premises. On premises. In on premises, the block storage we used to call direct attached storage. The example of direct attached storage is the same hard disk or SSD that we are using. In object storage, anybody, any guess what do we call object storage into the on premises? Anyone? Anybody? Image is there right in front of you. You can also use, yes, image is right there in front of you. Okay, no need to worry. Where I was writing, where it went. Ah, so here in on premises locally, the block storage we used to call direct attached storage. In object storage we used to call network attached storage. Network attached storage. Network attached storage means any storage, if you are connecting with your router, so anybody can access it. It means that if you upload your data here, and so many people are connected with the internet, so by using internet everybody can access this data. It is connected with the network. And file storage is all about SAN, storage area network. Means if it is a network, within this network, if this is computers, five computers, if they are into the network, if you will create a file storage here, so all the computers within this network can access this storage. That is your storage area network. That is your storage area network. The same thing you will get into the cloud. The same thing you will get into the cloud. Now in cloud, the same thing you will be using here as a EBS, elastic block storage service, you will be using to create hard disk, SSD. And if you need to create network attached storage, for that we do have S3 simple storage service. There you can upload any object, anything you can upload, like your picture, video, images, PPT, PDF, or anything you can upload. Even you can upload your website data also to S3. Everything you can upload and you can access, it will give you an URL. That is a kind of network attached storage of cloud. Like the same SAN we do have here, we used to call EFS, Elastic File Store. Elastic File Store. It is specifically the standard of EFS is for Linux. And if you are using for Windows, then they are giving you additional one that we used to call FSX for Windows. So these kind of services we are getting in the cloud, but the purpose is very simple, same. Are you getting my point, guys? I have taken the example of storage so that you all can easily understand. And like the same, if I'll bring you back again to the same image, as you can see here, as you can see, RDBMS we do have. RDBMS means what? Relational Database Management System. It is all about database. If you are getting your database locally as a RDBMS, like the same in the AWS we do have RDS. RDS stand for Relational Database Service. Relational Database Service. So whatever things you are getting here in on premises, the same thing you will be getting into the cloud with the additional feature of cloud. That's it. Next, this we have discussed about this part. Now the next is this one. So you think in the networking segment, storage and database we have seen, server we have seen. In the networking segment, if if You are creating the router. Generally, the router will be available here as a hardware. Here as a hardware. Inside the router, what will you do? What will you do? You will add the root. You will add the root. You will add the root in the router. Let's say, let's suppose, what is router and what is the use of router, guys? That is so simple to understand. When we talk about router, so you might have heard about network. Network means if there is one computer A and another computer is B, network means what? Connecting one computer to another computer for sharing the data. So you will be calling this part as a network. So whenever we are learning the networking, or whenever we are talking about the networking, or whenever we are setting or deploying the network, we are distributing the IP addresses to each computer. So let's suppose this is one network, and there are few computers. There are three computers, A, B and C computer we do have, and this network is 10.0.0.0. This is the network. Another network I made here, another network have created here as a P computer, Q computer, R computer. In this network is 11.0.0.0. So 11 is different network, 10 is different network. Network means the number. See this number, 10 is different, 11 is different. If it will be 10 here, then the network will be same, but here it is 11. So you will be learning in future about the network in detail, so that easily you can understand. Now this is 11 network, this is 10 network. So if there are three computer here, there are again three computer here. If this computer wants to communicate to A, P wants to communicate to A, or B wants to communicate to B wants to communicate to Q or R, like from this network to this network, or this 10 wants to communicate to 11. In between of it, you need a router to communicate. So how you will be, what you will be doing with this router? With this router, you will provide the root. You will provide the root. You will add the root. So in cloud, you will not get virtual router. In cloud, you will not get the router, but you will get here routing table. You will get routing table where you will provide the root. Your problem is sorted now. So here it is router, here it is your route table which you will get in the cloud. Here you will be getting network pipeline to balance the load, and you will be using switches. Here you will be using logical private cloud, virtual network. You will create virtual network, in that you will be keeping your computer and you will be balancing the traffic. You will be doing a lot of things into the network of cloud, so that you will be learning these things also in the cloud, these things, and these things also you will be learning. So the same thing it is there, somewhat differences you will be getting into the cloud. As we are having firewall in the on premises, here we used to call firewall. Firewall is just equal to network ACL. Firewall is just equal to network ACL. And network is this ACL is also equal to ACL here. This is one additional feature of security that has been added here for virtual machines only. This security, if you need to provide security in your virtual machine, this feature you can use. But this firewall is not only for machine, this firewall is for everything. Like the same, if you need to protect everything, we are using network ACL, as we are using access control list here. And if you need to administrator something, then locally you can administrator by using some local IAM tools, but here you are getting cloud IAM, identity and access management. So as per as per the comparison, what we are getting as per your comparison, whatever resources are there into on premises are local, you can say, are local the same thing which is there in the local, the same thing we are getting into the cloud, same thing we are getting into the cloud. But in cloud some additional feature will be there, some additional feature of cloud will be added to this same resource. For example, let's say once you upload the data in the cloud, so there will be, three places where your data will go: one place, two place, three place. You uploaded your data here, but the data went to three place. But in on premises, if you upload the data at one place, it will go to one place, but in cloud it will go to three place, the same data. If this is not available to access, you can't get the data. But in cloud, if it is not available, you can access from here and here. If this is also not available, you can access from here. You can set up the backup directly. So the same resources we are getting, but some additional feature on it. I hope my concept is clear to everybody. It is clear, guys. Let's talk about what is a web service. So web service is a piece of software. It is a piece of software. It is a piece of software. It is not the software. It is a part of a software, you can say, that basically we are accessing from the internet. And what exactly that? What is the example of it? The example of it is this console only. This console is one web service. Why web service? Not to confuse more into that, guys. Why? Because when we talk about web service, it means that we are just talking about a website which is having some additional feature which can connect something behind. That is nothing but your web service. And this web service of AWS we used to call console. And it is into a standardized format, and either you are using into XML like extensible markup language, or JSON for request and response of API interaction. API instruction means what? If see guys, that's so simple, not to go in that much technical stuff. Let's say if we what? We are customer. Let me change the sorry, let's go ahead. We are the customer. If we need to access AWS, we will be able to access by using console, which is your web service, which is the web service that we used to call AWS console. If any application will come at the place of customer, now customer don't want to execute the AWS. Customer don't want to access AWS. There is one application of customer who wants to access AWS. For that, what access it will need? It will get the access by using API, which is nothing but application programming interface. Now this application will access the AWS services or resource from this application. So you need to create one interface in between of it. That interface is nothing but application programming interface. So this is also a way of accessing AWS resource and services. Moving further, AWS is having so many services, guys. AWS is having so many services, as per user demands. See, if I am telling services, it will become wrong here. It will become wrong. It will not become wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. If I'll tell you AWS services are this one, these all are AWS services which we are able to see into this picture, these all boxes, so it is wrong. These all are not AWS services. AWS services comes under categories. So first of all, you will be calling it as a services category, as service categories. service categories. Under these categories, different services you will get: infra related services, storage related services, network related services, artificial intelligence related services, IoT related services. So what these things are? These things are, what is these? These all are categories. These all are categories. Inside that you will be getting some services. You will be getting some services. For example, this is your AWS account. This is your AWS account. This is the console. In this console, if you need to access services, you are able to see the first option into this console, which is AWS. Are you able to see, guys, AWS in the left corner? Anybody? So if you need to come to your console home, if you need to come into your console home, you can click here. Directly it will bring you to the console home. Console home, this is the console home. This is the home of your console. Now let's suppose you want something to show on your console. This is what it is, your console. It is nothing but your dashboard. It is nothing but your dashboard. On your dashboard, what you want to see? What exactly you want to see? Those services, insights, those services insights you can keep on this dashboard. Let's say here you can keep EC2, here you can keep S3, here you can keep AWS Lambda, other different insights you can keep it here, so that once you will come to your home page, you will be able to get the insights, your utilizations, your activity you will be able to see on your dashboard. So once you are coming here on this console, try to see what all are the things coming here. Recently visited services. No recently visited services. We did not visit any service, so nothing is coming. Applications, if you need to show some applications, you can. And some other resources are coming here. If you need to modify, you can add the visit. Visit means what? You can add your favorite, you can add your managed instance, op summary. These things if you need to change, let's say if I need to bring this favorite here, if I need to bring this favorite here, I'll just hold and I'll just keep it here. So my favorite came here. In the favorite, if I will add something in future, then I'll be able to get the details here itself. For example, if I want to add something in favorite, means making it as a star. If you make it a star, it will become favorite. with it with it I am telling you the service categories. Just below this AWS, there is 3 bar. Are you able to see the 3 bar, guys? 3 bar. If you click on this 3 bar, you will be able to get console home, your application, and all service categories. You just click here, all service categories. These all are the all service categories which we are having. What all are the service categories which are into the black color? Which are into the black color? These all are service categories. This is into black color. This is into black color. This is into black color. These all are service category. And which is into blue color, within the same service categories, they are the services of the same service category. Let for example you talk about storage. So in storage we do have S3, EFS, FSX, S3, all these all are the storage. So these type of storage comes under the different for different storage we do have different storage services. In this entire comes under a service category called storage. So this is nothing but your storage category, and these all are the services of that categories. Clear? Is it clear, guys? Perfect, perfect. So if you need to make something favorite which should come here, so what you can do is, are you able to see from here also you can access services, from here also you can access services, right? From here also you can access services, and from here also you can access services. So if you need to make something favorite, let's suppose if I need to make one service called compute, inside the compute I do have EC2. I want to make EC2 as a favorite. I'll just click on the star. Once you click on star, the things will come here and here into favorite also. So rather than clicking on services, selecting compute and clicking on EC2, what you can do is you can add a star and you can make it favorite here. And further, directly once you go to your home, and on your home you can just click here, here to access. So you can set up your dashboard like this, and you can make it favorite. In recently visited services will come up here. How to welcome to AWS. If you need to know somewhat about AWS more, you will be going to these links. This is AWS Health. It will check your data. This is your application place where it will show you the application related stuff. It is solution where you will be getting different solutions for your problem. This is cost and uses, which you can uh, which you can uh, where you can see your monthly cost, your forecast of your cost, and your saving opportunity, whether any notification which gives you like you can save this much money, like that you will be getting, and somewhat more things like trusted advisor and all. These things you will be learning once, then you can add it to the wizard. Wizard is nothing but it is an insight of any specific stuff. I hope it is clear now to everybody what is this what do we say, what is this AWS services in service categories. Now let's talk about these service categories, guys. Here I'll show you, there we can verify. Let's say AWS offers you services related to analytics. Analytics means what is analytics, guys? Analytics, let's say you do have data. And by using this data, by using this data you will perform some you will perform some analysis. Analysis, we can say analysis. You will perform analysis, right? You will perform some analysis. After doing analysis, whatever the business related outcome is coming, whatever the business related outcome is coming, by this outcome you are going to change something into your business. In this entire process comes under analytics. See, there are two words generally we are using: analysis, and second one is analytics. So analysis generally you are doing on the past data. Whatever the past data you do have, you will be doing the analysis by using the past data. And analytics means after doing the analysis of past data, if you are taking some decision, if you are taking some business related decision, or if you are whatever the outcome which you are getting for your future aspect, that is nothing but analytics. So for the analytics you do have so many features here. You do have so many features of analytics. For example, under the analytics, some of you want to make your career under the analytics. So from top to bottom, everything you will get here. For example, let's say you do have multiple sources. For business related, analytics, business related analytics, you will be having multiple sources of your data. Let's say you are doing a business, for example, Amazon retail website. So their data is getting generated on retail website, their data is getting generated on their application, their data is generated on some third party website, their data is generating on other three sources also. So if you need to collect all the data, you can easily collect all the data from all these sources. And if you collect the data, if you keep the data for further work, because actively you will not use this data, you will be using this data for analytics or analysis purpose. So if you want to store the data from different sources and you want to perform some analysis, means you will do segregation of data, you will be doing data manipulation, you will be doing data sanitization, you will be crawling all the data like that. If you will do multiple activity on the data, for that you need a platform. So AWS provide you data warehouse service as a Redshift, and after doing everything you can do the query. Doing the query is very biggest challenge here, because the data will be so much big, guys. Big data will be so much data, basically it will be into petabyte also. And doing a query in petabyte data, what will happen if you will try to do the query in a data in a SQL file only, which is of 10 MB, or which is of 1 GB, your computer will get hang. It will so not responding, guys, very honestly. So Redshift, under the analytics part, Redshift will be having multiple computing support to it, that you will be learning into the analytics in detail. Few things I'll be teaching you in analytics. Like the same, we do have application integration. Application integration, let's say if you do have application, now in your application, what all are the additional features you get, what all are the additional feature you want, you can easily integrate in your application. For that, AWS gives you a lot of features. You do have AR VR, augmented reality and virtual reality related services. And if you need to handle the entire cost related stuff under AWS, we do have cost management related to blockchain technology, related to business application, related to computational capacity, container. If you need to host your application, and if you need to host your microservices application, you can use container, customer engagement, database, developer tools, end user computing, front end, web and mobile, game technology, IoT, machine learning and AI, and how you are going to manage all these cloud services. For that, separate management and governance, media services, migration and transfer, networking, quantum technology, robotics, satellite, security, storage. In these many areas, cloud provides you the services. But again, you remember one thing, guys, you remember one thing. Cloud computing, specifically when we are talking about cloud computing, so cloud computing is not a course, it is parallelly a branch of engineering also. In that branch of engineering, people are doing BTech and MTech also. BTech takes 4 years, MTech take 2 years, and people are doing PhD into the same research for 5 years. So total, it is even taking 11 years to become the expert and master into the cloud, to know each and everything. We remove this PhD part, MTech part. Even in BTech also, it takes 4 years to learn the cloud computing. Parallelly, there are some addition. Yeah, you, you have completed your BTech in cloud. So my um, thought was telling you to, if it is taking this much year, so you cannot expect to learn all the service categories within the training, right? And as per your certification, within this, almost all the not almost all the certification of AWS covers. Out of it, you are preparing for one or two certification. So you are not going to learn everything. What you are going to learn, that I'll show you, right? So we are not going to learn all the service categories. What service categories which we are going to learn, that I'll show you into the next one. Like networking, we are learning compute, database, storage, these all we are learning. So how it will work, guys, into the cloud? A user will come, means as a customer, we as a customer will be the user. We will log into the AWS account. This is your AWS account. You will log in into AWS account. You will create a network in AWS account, and under that you will create a virtual computer or virtual machine, and then you will set up your database here. And if you need to keep upload some data, you can upload it. This kind of things will work like the same. And now choosing a service. Choosing a service means whatever service you are selecting, it depends on your business goal and technology requirement. Whatever the technology you need, as per that technology, as per your business, you will be looking what services you need. And as you can see, there are few common services which we are going to learn, and this is what you will be learning into this training. So you will be learning compute services. Complete compute service you will be learning. Storage services you will be learning completely. Database services you will be learning completely. Management and governance services you will be learning. Security and identity compliance, networking and cost management. How much service category we are selecting? Total it is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 service categories we are going to learn within this training. Now some of you will be telling DevOps is missing. So DevOps tools we will be also adding here, right? So it will be 8 categories now. 8 categories you will be learning. One is missing out, that will be added into the next slide, guys. So in compute services, compute services are in compute category. These all are the services we do have, like EC2, Lambda, Beanstalk, auto scaling, ECS, EKS, ECR, and forget. And these all are the container services only, which comes under the DevOps. So this is, initially it was, initially it was into the same category, but now it is different. This is in different categories, and the AWAB is into different category. If you want to see in the account, you can easily understand. If you go to this, here you can see under the compute category, we don't have other services like ECS, ECR and all, right? But if you go to developer tools here, you can get, code commit, code pipeline, code these thing you are getting. And the container will be separate service under the compute. Container is separate service, like service category like ECR, ECS, EKS, Kubernetes and all this. So now it is separate, but initially before a year it was into the compute only. So that's why I'm telling you, here we will be having 8 service categories, but for now it is showing because 50% of it is here. So these all are the service categories and services you will be learning one by one. Now, what all are the three way to interact with AWS? I have told you first way is management console. So this is the management console, guys. This is nothing but your management console which we are using. By using this management console, you will be able to access AWS. Second, by using command line interface, it is a software. It is software, a tool. You have to download this AWS CLI. It will work as a command line interface. It will work as a command line interface. You can also use that. to access AWS. And the last one is SDK, which is software development kit. By using API you will be able to access, right? So three way I'm giving you. First one is console, second one is CLI, third one is SDK API, right? Three way are there to access AWS. Three ways are there to access AWS. And we do have this cloud adoption framework, and after this framework documentation will come. So this framework means, guys, this will give you the guidelines. This will give you the guidelines. I have told you already about this. AWS adoption framework will give you the guideline, or you can say it will give you suggestion, guideline. By that you can easily adopt, you can easily transform from non-cloud to on-cloud. Easily you can transform, and not only transform, you can migrate also. If you are migrating, how you have to migrate, what all are the perspectives are important. So it will just give you the perspective, and it will start from, it will start from a vision. You will be having vision in, not vision, in vision we used to call. You will be having in vision, and then you will do align. You will think in your mind, and then you will fulfill the gap of your company. The people who are not knowing the cloud, they should know the cloud. Along with that, the uh, you will start launching, and then you will be scaling, and then you will be again envisioning. So this is the phase of cloud adoption framework. For that, so many peoples are responsible. So that responsibility and capabilities has been divided as per, you know perspective. So business perspective, CEO will come. People perspective, HR and project manager will come. Governance perspective, the operation, governance perspective, you can say operations engineers will come into that. In platform perspective is all about the technology which you are using, security, and you can manage everything into the operation. Governance is all about cloud here. Operation is all about what all are the cloud services and resource you are using, what will be the operation of it. So for that, who is responsible and how the things happens, these entire things you will be seeing into the cloud adoption framework. And then you need to access AWS documentation. AWS documentation is the biggest source from where you can learn, and you can not only learn, if you need to do anything, if you need to perform anything, you know what AWS says? AWS says no training, no need to take training, no need to take anything. Go through the documentation and the training which AWS providing you free of cost. You can learn from there, and you can do your setup, you can perform the things. That's why they are giving the documentation. In that documentation you can access from here. You can type in the Google AWS documentation. Guys, please mute yourself. You can just write here on the cloud. You can just write here on the browser AWS documentation. In the first link you will open, that is AWS documentation, and you will start accessing this documentation. Right? AWS docs. Mukesh. Okay. Guys, are you able to see this? AWS documentation. So you can just write AWS docs here, docs.aws.amazon.com. It is your link of your documentation. And what will I do is I'll just give you this link also, so that you all can access the documentation, and you can even type in the Google and you can get. You can click out here, and you can see the PDF, HTML, whatever you want you can. HTML means here only you can learn. PDF, the document you can download also. Alright guys, so this is the documentation is the biggest source. And after this documentation, you can, access the documentation with reference, and multiple documentation is available. all documentation will be helping you out to create the resource in the cloud. Fundamental model of pricing is all about, my screen is visible to everybody. So fundamental, guys, whenever we are talking about fundamental of AWS pricing, so remember, it is fundamental, it is basic. What is the basic charges they are taking? Basic charges. Yeah, I'll tell you. Basic charges is all about the fundamental charges. Advanced charges, you will be adding on it. Advanced charges, you will be adding on it. Right? Shrestha Bist, I have marked your attendance. No need to worry. No need to worry. I have marked everybody attendance just because of someone who has given the present for everybody. All right. So let's go to the fundamentals of AWS pricing. So basically how it does charge, guys. So it is charging for three basic things. Three basic and fundamental things. Basic and fundamental things. The first one, it will charge for storage. How much storage you are taking per GB it will charge, right? Second thing, it will charge for compute. It will charge for compute. It will charge for compute collectively. Collectively means 1 GB of RAM. Is it? Maybe you may be correct. Arre yaar. Okay, so I'll delete everything. I'll start from starting. No, no, no. Let me bring it again. I'll start from again, because whatever I have written, it has been missed out. Perfect. So here we go. So when we talk about fundamental of AWS pricing, guys, so fundamental is all about basic pricing. Basic pricing. Prashant, okay. Now are you able to hear me? Perfect. So basic pricing you will be able to calculate on three things, guys. First is your compute. Let's say if you are purchasing any virtual machine, so it will be charging based on the combination of virtual hardware which you are using. That we used to call type of instance. So in there will be multiple family here. Let's say if you are using 1 GB RAM, 1 TB hard disk, one virtual CPU. So this will come in this is one configuration. So if you select this configuration, so the charges will be based on that. So we used to call compute charge for collectively for this charge. Let's say it is coming $1 per month, $1 per month if it is coming. So you will be calling it as a compute charge. This comes under the basic one. And the second thing will be your storage. Second things will be your storage. In storage, it will charge per GB. Per GB data which you are storing, it will charge per GB. And the third fundamental reason is network. It will charge for network and how much data. Let's suppose this is the cloud. So how much data you are sending into the cloud. You are sending into the cloud, it won't charge for it. But if you are bringing the same data out, it will be charging for you. It may charge for keeping here, it may charge to bring the data out, but for keeping the data it won't charge. That they are telling even why they will charge for keeping the data. Till the time you are not keeping the data here, if you keep the data, then they should charge, right? They should not charge for keeping the data, and they are not charging. But if you need to bring the data out from the storage, it will charge. So while uploading, downloading, what all are the network speed are getting consumed, they used to charge in mbps. mbps, megabyte per second network speed. If network in network out is happening, so they will charge. These all are the three fundamental charges they are taking. And within this, what we are going to learn, that we'll discuss first, and we will try to clarify one by one. So the first is, what are the fundamental pricing model we do have, and what is the advantage of that pricing model, and what is AWS free tier account and what it does offer. And then we will be seeing total cost of ownership, that is nothing but TCO. We will be seeing in detail, and along with that, AWS pricing calculator. You will be having one pricing calculator. Before using any service, you will be able to calculate the price of any product, anything, before using, so that you will be getting a value, expected value, if you are going to use one particular service, and how much it will charge. You can even check check it into the by using pricing calculator. Let's go ahead little bit faster. So are you able to see this on the screen? AWS pricing model, the three fundamental driver of cost with AWS. How many guys? Three means this one wala three. Okay, three, which is compute, storage, and data transfer. Under the compute, it will be calculated either by the hour or by the seconds. It will change by the instance type. Instance type means the same which I have told you, the combination of virtual hardware configuration. If you are taking 2 GB, two virtual CPU, some of storage, like that, it will charge under compute. If you are taking related to storage, it will charge typically per GB. And when we talk about data transfer, outbound is aggregated and charged. Let's say this is AWS. Again, I'm telling this is AWS. So outbound means if you are bringing your data or something out from AWS, it is chargeable. It is chargeable. But if you are keeping the data, it is not chargeable. There are few exceptions are there in which it is chargeable. Neither you can say it is not chargeable. Charges typically per GB. Data transfer will be charges per GB, or you can say that GBps or MBPS also. So these all are the three driver, guys. These all are the three fundamental driver which will be on which AWS will be charging. How do you pay for AWS? How do you pay for AWS? This I have discussed before also. Pay for what you use. Pay for what you use. That will be the example of on demand. Whatever you are using, that much you have to pay. If you have used a machine for 3 days, you have to pay for 3 days. Like that, you can pay. And if you reserve something, let's say you have purchased you have created a machine in the AWS, and you have reserved it for 1 to 3 years. You have committed that I'll be using for 3 years. Then that time you will get discount and you will be paying less. And again, this is again the economy of scale. Pay less when you use more and AWS grow. If AWS will grow, you will be paying less because of the economy of scale, right? And further, if you see into the same, for pay for what you use, pay for what you use. In on premises, how much you are using, that much you are paying. Let's say here you are not using anything, here you are not paying anything. Here you are using little bit, here you are paying this much. You are using somewhat more, you are paying more. Your demand is increasing, you are paying more. In on premises, sorry, this is a on premises. Basically what it is trying to tell us, uh, uh, no upfront, no large upfront expenses will come into the cloud, but here it will come. Let's say this is your fixed amount. This is the fixed amount which you have invested. Let me clear and let me repeat it again. They are giving, the same thing again and again, so in the document. So in on premises, what will happen? The fixed amount first we are keeping, as a for setting up the data center, and after that adding some maintenance and usability cost and other stuff, it is keep increasing. It will keep increasing like the same. But in AWS, you pay less. You pay less. If you are keep using more, you will pay somewhat more here. But if you reserve something for long period of time, you will pay somewhat more less. So this is like how it does work. Here it is talking about reserving. If you reserve, then only it will go down. If you are using on demand, so this will come. But if you are using on demand for long period of time, means obviously as per your time the price will not be increasing, it will be fixed only. But here you are increasing, here you are increasing your workloads, so it will increase, right? No upfront cost, it will be there in the cloud. And I have told you also this part, if you pay less when you reserve. We do have Ari, Puri, Nuri. So if you are taking on demand, you have to pay more. See, see the price, the coins, number of coins. Here more number of coins means if you take something on demand, you have to pay more. But at the same place, if you are reserving, then you are paying less. You can see you are paying less as compared to this. This is on demand. As compared to this, you are paying less. Whenever you are reserving, once you reserve, but in reserve, what all are the amount you are paying? If you are paying no upfront cost, means you are using, but you have committed that I'll be using for 3 years, but you are not paying anything now. You are telling I'll make it as a EMI and I'll pay. So in that case, you are not get more discount. As you can see, you are not get more discount. Like the same, if you pay partial, let's say some percent of it you have paid, 20% remaining you will pay in EMI. There 20% you paid as a partial amount, so somewhat more discount you will get here. But when it comes to RE, here you will pay all upfront cost at once, and you will be scoring a good benefits under this. This entire goes to virtual machines, guys. If you are purchasing virtual machines, are instances, RI, R for reserve, R for reserve, I for instance, A for all, U for upfront cost. Upfront all upfront cost reserve instance, partial upfront cost reserve instance, and no upfront cost reserve instance. So if you do have on demand, you have to pay more. If you do have no upfront cost, you are not paying upfront cost, then reserving somewhat less you have to pay. Whereas if you are paying partial, somewhat more discount you will get. But if you are paying all the amount as a upfront cost for your reserving the instance, you will be getting most of the benefits there, right? Moving further, we are going to see pay less by using more. Pay less by using more. So guys, this is again a feature. It is again a feature of AWS. For example, I'll give you 2 3 scenarios so that easily you can understand. By default, these all are the 3 data center, let's suppose. If I upload my data, this is my data. If I upload my data here, by default it is uploading on 3 place. 3 place it is uploading my data, so that if any problem is coming here, you will be able to access from this 2 data center. What if for these three it will be charging, this will be charging for these three also? It will not charge exactly, telling you like I am charging for all these three, but their cost will be coming, because by default it will go to three, that we all know, that everybody knows, aware, so that they used to do like the same. But they have added one more feature. If the same data, If you want to upload only in one data center, then you will be getting less charge, little less from this charge. And some of you will be thinking also, you know, price will be changing, price will be changing based on your use. Let's say here you have uploaded your data here, where it is showing so many money, means it will charge more. Why? Because you upload your data here, but you are using this data frequently. You are using this data frequently. So we used to call it standard class, we used to say. If you are upload the data into the standard one, then it will be charging more. Infrequent, if you are storing the data in infrequent means regularly you don't want to access the data, you are not accessing, so it will charge little less from frequently accessed data. Let's say the same data you want to use once in a month or once in a 3 month, then you will be keeping into Glacier or some other class of storage. Here it will be charging more low. Here you will be getting the lowest cost. So it is telling us pay less by using more. If you are using more, so you should know which particular strategy you have to follow, whether you have to frequently access or you have to infrequently access or you have to just keep the data for archive. So accordingly you will pay. That is one example. In second example, I have given this one of 3 data center. In the third example is, rather than keeping the data in S3, EBS or EFS, first of all, we should check the pricing, whether uploading the data here, uploading the data here or here, which charges less, apart from fulfilling our, which is fulfilling our requirement. So when I said, guys, when I said these three things, like frequently access, infrequently access, archiving the data, so these all are nothing but tiring. This is the class, you can say tiring price. So there will be classes, based on the classes there will be prices. So you have to learn first and then you have to decide which storage is better as per your work, as per your workload. You will select first. Let's say you need uh, network attached storage, so you will go to S3 and you will upload the data and people will be able to access your data from the internet. So in that case you will go to S3, so your workload is clear. What is the purpose of workload? Under that you will be using frequently, infrequently, or what one you have to select. Accordingly it will charge. So on it additional, features are there which will reduce your charge if you are aware about it, right? Okay guys, so it is telling multiple storage services deliver lower storage cost based on the needs, right? Based on your need, it will just deliver the lower charge. Pay less as AWS grow. That is nothing but economy of scale. If you are lowering the cost for doing your business, as you can see, AWS will pass the benefits to the customer. Till now you can see from 2006, AWS has started in 2006 and they have lowered their pricing more than 75 times in continuing to do so. Now it has been 82 times. Let's do not disturb this number, make it 82 now. It has been written 75, but till now it has done 82 times. They have reduced the prices. Future higher performing resources replace current resources for no extra charge. Means if some innovations are happening, some new technologies are coming, you are using existing technology related to the same, if they are changing something, so you are not going any, you're not going to pay any extra. Now it is talking about custom pricing. So what all are the other agent which changes your pricing and is available for high volume project and unique requirement and meets varying needs through custom pricing. Custom pricing means what, guys? Custom pricing is nothing. You think like that, you know. Let's suppose you do have 100 rupees in your 100 rupees is your balance, right? 100 rupee is you have the balance. Now you are using AWS. So out of this 100 rupees you have decided I'll use only 50 rupees. And I want to know if my resource which I am using, if it will cross 80% of it. 80% of it, so it should give me the notification and everything should get stopped. So 80% once the pricing will arise means from this 50 rupees, if you reach to 40 rupees, at the same time it will inform you like you need to change something or if you need to stop, like that. In the bigger concept, in the bigger concept you will be having that kind of, you know, custom pricing. Now now I have given the example of 100 rupees, but you can take the example of high volume projects, guys. So in AWS is also offering, if you are taking something in bulk, right? Bulk, they will give you, you know, somewhat different price to you if you are a enterprise or company. So they will make some custom price for you. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead to see the AWS free tier. AWS free tier is a kind of account, guys, where you will be getting the hands-on experience of AWS cloud. You will be able to explore their product and services without any charge. And this tier is available to you for 1 year for the new customer. What you can do is you can sign up for an AWS account. I have told you how to do it, and you can learn from 10 minutes video tutorial, and then you can start building with your AWS. So you have seen how to create account. Now I'll show you this 10 minutes video tutorial. So for that, you can just write on the Google, you can just write on the Google 10 minutes video, 10 minutes video tutorial AWS. So it will give you the hands-on, guys. It will give you the hands-on. Rather than, you know, typing like this, you can simply write hands-on on AWS. Like that, you can also hands-on AWS. Like that, you can also keep in the Google. You will get this hands-on tutorial. So here, if you need to get the link of it, I'll just give you the link of it. Let's say, sorry. Uh, let's say this is the link which I'll share in the our group. This is for hands-on hands-on lab. Okay, so what you will do is you will be able to perform some of labs of 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, like that. You can see, let's say if you want to create the virtual machine, you can go into compute and you can see some of labs will be here to create the virtual machine. Launch a Linux virtual machine, you can just click and it will give you the, you know, how to create it, like that, some screenshot. You can go to like sales service and to AWS, click to create machine, launch the machine, and these all are the screenshot has been given. So this is how you will be able to access the 10 minutes video tutorial. It is not having video, it is not having video, it is having only the screenshot how to create the lab. That also you can use as a source for learning AWS. Moving further, guys, moving further, you can start building the resource. You can start building your resource after this. Let's see here. There are few services in AWS. There are few services in AWS which is free of cost. We don't know about these services for now. So if you don't know about these services, just for namesake, you remember it is a virtual network. If you are creating a network in the cloud, what will you do of the network? Nothing. You can't do anything with that network till the time you do not have other resource in the network like your storage or like your virtual machines, or if other resources if you will not bring, there is no use of this network, right? So once you create a network, in that you used to launch the resource, so this network is free. Elastic Beanstalk is free, AWS Elastic Beanstalk, but some things will be charges like your, you know, uh, let's leave, guys. These all are, they are making fool simply. It is not something like that, you know. This is chargeable, this is chargeable, this is chargeable, and this is you know, all are chargeable, but uh, back side of it, let's say if you are using Elastic Beanstalk, it means that you will be using this platform to host your application. Now if you bring your application, now you are getting the traffic on your application. You brought your application, this is EBS, let's say Elastic Beanstalk, this is a platform as a service. Now you kept your application here. Now you kept your application here. Now traffic is started to come to this server or this application, and you are starting to respond to that traffic. Now they are telling we are not charging for it, but we are charging for this traffic which is coming and going. So directly they can say directly also, you know, we are charging for Elastic Beanstalk traffic. That's it. Like the same EC2 auto scaling. EC2 auto scaling. Let's say you are creating a machine here. Virtual machine here you are creating, and uh, once the load has been increased to this machine, at the same time you will get multiple virtual machine. So the agent who is creating it is EC2 auto scaling agent is creating this much machines. In, let's say it is charging $1, so it will start charging $1. So there is no need to mention it is free. But we should understand why they are mentioning, like if you will auto scale something, if you need to auto scale something, you are using EC2 auto scaling service. In that, what are the resources are getting created, they are charging for it, but not for EC2 auto scaling. Like the same, we do have AWS cloud formation. In the cloud formation, guys, in the cloud formation also, you know, you will be having what do we call, let's say it's a ISC. I'm not able to write proper, I don't know why. Needs to check it out. The system is becoming heat. All right, so it is IAC, infrastructure as a code. If you need to, you know, do anything related to infrastructure, for that you can write the code. Let's say even if you need to create the virtual machine, you can just write the code, and after that this code you have to run, this code you have to run, and then you will get your resource done here. So you have to pay for the resources which you are creating by writing the code, but this formation, the process will not take the time, but whatever the resources will get created, that will take time. Like the same IAM is free, identity and access management is free. For example, there is few users, you have created AWS account, and in that account there are one owner, you are the owner, you are You are owner. So you own this account of AWS, but you have some of your friend, they won't get the access. So you have given them as a user. You made them as a user. That user considered as identity access management user. So if these user will use some services, it will be chargeable, but creating the user is not chargeable. That you will be learning slowly once you will come into detail, guys. Once you will be entering into the project detail, product details, then only you will be learning so much. And then we do have AWS pricing calculator. So from here AWS pricing calculator we will start tomorrow. All done, guys. Let's start from pricing calculator tomorrow. Okay. If you do have any doubt, query, question, you can ask me now. Anybody, any query, any question, any doubt, you can ask me now, guys. Anybody? And answer me also. Are you able to understand the things, guys? So, shall we in for today? So once after completing the fundamental of cloud, we will start the Linux. Okay. So maybe from Monday, upcoming Monday, we will start. Your name? Pratham. Why are you doing like this, Pratham? Hmm. Pratham Dharmani. Just give me a second. Let me update your attendance now, guys. So we are done for the day, and thank you so much for today. We will continue tomorrow. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for today. And if anybody is having, attendance issue, you can tell me. Ritik was absent today. Rohit was absent. Adnan was absent. Three absent we do have today. All right, guys. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Bye. Take care. We'll meet tomorrow again by the same time. Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.